Alright, well, my old little tractor seat never came with the spring, the old spring that I guess they used to be mounted to, so this is what I came up with, a 3-inch, quarter-inch thick, hot-rolled piece of steel. And I want to add a little spring to it, so here is the center point. Right now this piece is 24 inches long. I'm not sure if it's going to stay that long, but to the center of the bend I want this thing to be 12 inches roughly, so it gives me room to play if I need to cut some material off either end after it's bent. So what I'm doing is just clamp this square block to the bench, and I'm going to wrap. This is a 2 3/8 diameter hollow bar. I'm going to clamp this to the table, clamp that to the table, and start adding some heat to it, and just bend it around this pipe. This is my metal template for my little tractor stool. This is the old base, and this was the, I guess they called that the tool tray, and there used to be like 4 wheels here. As I said, I'm use this as my template to kind of weld up the C shape of the chain already. So I figure I'd give a little bit more of a description of what I'm doing here. So now with the template, I need to get rid of it. So I'm just gonna scribe it out here on the table. And the center point, so I can get rid of it. So now with the green pencil crayon, you can kind of see there where my template line is. Last night I welded up the chain. It's kind of welded into like a C shape, and there's going to be 6 wheels on the thing, so there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So every other link that is in a vertical range is going to get a tapped hole, and then I get a wheel sunk into it. Dipping back in here, this is going to be the center post. This is the bottom view. So I needed this chain elevated because I wanted the wheels 5 inches kind of longer. The chain itself is 2.5 inches wide, and I found some 3-inch blocks. So I'm just gonna lift the chain up. Now I have to somewhat slowly drop this chain down to have a spiraling effect. Well, it's kind of difficult to get this view from a video, but I'll try to do it the best I can. And I'm going to continue that spiral. This is where the center post is going to be, and I'm going to weld in the centering into that. So it's going to continue up back into like a reverse funnel. So it looks like a kind of like a chain in a whirlwind effect. I think it'll kind of look cool. Since this chain is so thick, it needs a little bit of pre-warming, or you waste a lot of time. And it's called a TIG torch. But so with just a propane, So this is my third setup. I've added 3 more inches to what I'm calling the ring. That's elevated the loose chain that's underneath around the center. This is going to be the center hub. I need to weld on right there. You can barely see. So I need to attach this ring to that ring to this ring, and this ring to the center hub. Next little thing I had to do here is I leveled out the table the best I could, because I want the piston to be vertical. So I leveled out the table. It's close enough. I want to try to make it the best I can. This little ring here, there's a piston attachment ring, and you can see this is a little loose. It's kind of difficult to get this perfectly straight when welding it up as the big assembly. The end result is I'm going to square up this little ring inside that big ring and then weld it into place. By next installing the piston, and then with 2 little torpedo levels square it up that way and that way best I can. There. Weld that bottom ring in its place. I'm back at the shop. I brought the little bench stool in, and I wanted to drill all the tapped holes for the casters all in one shot, in one setup, so I had to utilize a bigger drill. So you can kind of see my little spot mark in the black circle. So there's 6 of them. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 over here. Even though the threads might not be perfect in the center of the chain link, they will be adjustable, and they will be all perfectly parallel to each other and vertical to the ring. And I also need the extra clearance because my drill press at home doesn't quite have this capacity. So I finally got the little shop stool together, brought it out to the garage tonight, and I've been testing it in different areas and at different heights. Making some dog tags for it and bending up some stainless steel for the ring. For 1 1/4 inch diameter dog tag. Anyway, I'm gonna hang it right from maybe that last ring there. I think that'll look kind of neat. So the more I sat on it, I started finding that I was a little disappointed with this this back spring here. Every time I sat in it and I leaned forward, it always crushed forward. I've come up with a solution before, a temporary solution. Well, not so temporary, but what I think I'm going to do is take the seat and turn it around backwards. Somewhat like that. Now, I don't really see anything wrong with that. As I said, I wasn't happy with the way it was at the beginning, and I don't know, when you're making something or creating something, if you're not happy, well, fix it. So I figured this way, the C shape being backwards, it's more stable in the where your weight comes in and sets down at the front. And if you like to lounge, if you're not working, it will lean back more. And instead of before with it the other way around, lounging was a very solid, it wouldn't let you lounge back, but it allowed you to lean forward. So I'm going to fix that up and finish this thing off once and for all. So I got back up here on the drill press. Not the greatest light. Well, I'm going to attempt this. I've lent the camera my auto darkening mask. This is a TIG torch, and welder's up and running. So what I want to do is just weld this little bit, this ring closed. And I'm using 60 thou wire. This is 1/8 wire. And this is 3/16 tungsten carbide. Needs a little bit of cleaning up here and here, but for adhering the tags, I'm happy enough with it. Still a little hot, but there's the OMM, and there's the date.